Hey, my name is PolishLynx, Katawa Shoujo it is! You know what, I think I actually, mentioned, actually I know that I mentioned this, about Misha being boosty, and me noticing it right now, but I think unconsciously I've noticed this before, and that might have been the second reason I definitely put her above Shizune. Way above Shizune. Because Shizune is at the very end. For the time. Maybe for the time. Who knows? Maybe it will change. For I don't expect that. But it doesn't mean I hate her or anything. She's just the person that I would not be my choice. Anyway, also, who the heck is on that picture? Because clearly this guy does not look like her father. Anyway, I've been neglecting my sign language studies. That sucks. So I should probably spend some time studying up on it. Although I think I've learned a lot just by osmosis. I'm very proud of that. And we'll have to be careful not to brag about it. I mean, technically, even if you just talk with Shizune, you will learn. If you don't know some of the signs, you can say, oh yeah, I don't know what you just said. And, Misha might translate and so on, right? So it's not like you are not truly learning. Kind of. Most of the books I brought with me aren't manuals on learning sign language, but studies about different signing dialects. There are even dialects? This is getting even more complicated now. I know Shizune has some secret signals with Misha that only the two of them know the meaning of. Oh! After seeing a couple of them, these both caught my ideal school library. Maybe I should incorporate some example in my own signing to mess with them, because I'm pretty sure that they have started using their code words more when I started learning sign language. That will teach them. After a quick break for the shower, I resumed practicing my signing in the guest room mirror. Yesterday I crashed my fingers against each other pretty hard. It's still smarts? Okay. And I don't want a repeat of that happening again. I hear knocking on the door behind me and turn to find Hideaki standing inside the doorway, staring at me. How polite of him to knock. But usually you don't open the door first.
What are...
Fuck.
What are...
No!
What are you doing?
Oh, that's the one.
What are you doing?
I'm practicing sign language. How long have you been standing there?
I did not see anything.
That isn't the point! I don't even know what he means by that. It's not like I was doing something that I would be ashamed to have people see me doing. Although sign language must look strange to most people, I'm only used to it from being around Shizune and Misha so much. I wouldn't say it's strange, but it's kind of surprising when you see it and you are not used to it, I guess. I've literally experienced seeing someone signing once in my life. And it was surprising. For a second I was like, what am I supposed to do now, right? Because, it was when I was still working in the store. And, I'm working, doing my stuff, and I see, some couple signing and so on. And the girl, yes, that was the girl, like technically woman. Not girl, I mean girl, woman, yes. But, age-wise woman. Woman was also speaking. Oh, which makes sense for Misha, I guess, now. But she was both speaking and signing at the same time. Despite the fact that the guy could hear, he couldn't speak. And, when he went to the register, I was like kinda, oh, well, fuck. So he can hear, but I don't know what he will say, right? That was problematic. But eventually the woman also approached and, yeah. It was a surprise, not gonna lie, it was a surprise. I guess it would, if it would happen more often, you wouldn't get caught by surprise, but yeah. But now that I think about it, it makes sense, I guess, over here. That Misha does both. Sign and speak, right? Anyway. I'm brushing up on my sign language and reading about it too. So I've liked the history of it, even though they covered it in sign language class.
Your school teaches sign language as a class?
Yeah, one of the first things they brought up was that it's not very common to do that. I guess we're very international or something.
It looks fun.
Well, I wouldn't call it fun.
If you don't enjoy this, it seems like a lot of work to go through just to talk to my sister.
Why does everyone keep saying that? Hidaki's mouth twitches like he was about to laugh, but he restrains himself. Come to think of it, he has laughed once since I've met him. I could take it as a compliment that he doesn't laugh at me, but I'm curious to see it. Laugh.
Why?
It was the fastest and most likely way I could think of towards accomplishing my goal. Tickling?
Can you teach me sign language?
He says it plainly, but his body language is nervous, showing that he clearly needs to put some effort into ask. I guess Hidaki likes his sister after all. I think Misha is a lot more approachable for. Yes, she is. So I wonder why he didn't ask her. Actually, he's not feeling comfortable with asking that of a girl? I'm guessing. I don't know. Secretly, I'm shouting, yes! Inside. I had thought that he wanted to learn sign language, even brought it up, but he had evaded the subject skillfully. It turns out I was right after all. I don't really know why this makes me so pleased. Sure. But now that I think about it, I'm not a sign language teacher. I don't even know where to start. In class, I've been learning stuff gradually over a week. Does Hiraki expect me to teach him anything usable in a one-day crash course? Maybe he's a genius. My teacher spent a couple of days just giving a history of sign language. I decided to start off with that. To buy some time while I figure out how I can segue into the hard stuff. 5 minutes, Hidaki raises his hand.
I understand what you're doing.
Well, you can't just jump into teaching, you know. You have to ease into it. It's like when you go swimming, you don't just jump the lake like in some movie. That's not necessarily true. I don't know, man. Do you really need to... I mean, I guess it would be nice. But do you really need to learn the history behind the sign language and not just go and learn sign language itself? I mean, you could tell me the history of it. I would not remember a single thing, probably. Because I'm terrible with dates and so on.
I do not swim.
Same. It's like scientists manage to create a process to suck out all the hyperactive, infuriating, childish qualities of a small child and then implant them into the dad, creating a raging jerk dad and leaving behind Hideaki. I begin to feel claustrophobic despite the fact that the guest room is 3 times bigger than my dorm room and there is just the 2 of us in here. It's all in my head. I know it and I don't care. I still use it as an excuse to move the lesson outside. Which might be a good idea. It's a lot easier to concentrate out here. Even the precious few seconds it took to relocate managed to allow me to sort my thoughts. There were no questions during this time. Hideaki can't seem to talk and walk at the same time. Okay. I mean, I have a friend who is incapable of walking and eating or drinking at the same time, so... Okay. Eventually, however, I started to realize that if I'm going to teach him anything, I have to keep the lesson constantly moving. The second there's opening for it, he will ask a question, which will lead to more questions, and there is no end to it. The second time he asked me why a certain hand motion means what it does, and I had to reach deep into my memory to look for etymology. I know about gesture I only knew about a month ago. Longer than him, I started looking for an out. Hidaki, let's take a break.
Okay.
What is school like?
What is your school like?
This kid is like a little reporter. But it makes sense for someone his age to be curious, and this is one question I'd mind. What's it like? I never really thought about it. It's not about the mountains, it's kind of isolated and lonely up there sometimes, even though that's also why it has a pretty great view. The students are interesting. Actually, I felt bad at first. You know what kind of school it is, right?
Yeah.
I felt bad because I didn't want to go there. I don't even remember exactly what I was thinking at the time. Probably it was something like, a school for crippled people would be a depressing place. They were telling me to go be forgotten there. Actually, I think it's in the title, right? Like this. Actually, I feel like there are two kind of variations of that. I've seen the main screen, but I don't remember. Maybe it wasn't crippled, but there was some like a subtitle. But maybe it wasn't official. I don't remember. Okay, whatever. Never mind that for now. Then everyone there was just living their lives for the most part, so I felt even worse. It was different all, so I felt like kind of a jerk. Shizune was the first person I met. Shizune was the first. Was she? I mean, technically that's why I tried to follow the path to the truth, right? But was she? Wasn't there... Maybe it was... whatever. She is in most of my classes. Oh, okay, that's true, yeah. I mean, I wanted to say that the doctor was the first person, but that kind of doesn't matter. She's in most of my classes. Misha too, they are always together. I guess the school is accommodating enough to pair them up as much as possible. There is the girl in my class, Hanako, whom I feel bad for. She has these burns and seems to have a complex about them, but I think she looks fine. She's a cute girl, very cute, and friends with Lily too. You know Lily, right? Yeah, of course you do, because she's been here. Does she bring up Hanako?
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm trying to remember who else is interesting. We have a little track star Ace who runs on these prosthetics. There is this one girl Rin who doesn't have arms, but she's a great painter. All her art has this harsh, alive quality. Have you ever been to Yamaku? You've probably seen some of it hanging around. A little weird sometimes, but I've also heard that artistic and creative types are like that. Yes. It's as I said in the comments, that Rin really has the characteristic of an artist. Again, high school throwback, because I have a high school classmate that, well, somehow dwelt into that. And he's doing some arts and so on. Anyway, that reminds me, the guy who lives across the hall from me is pretty weird too. But he can be interesting at least. Yeah, I mean, episodes with him are great. If he appears, it's great.
You are also interesting.
What? Is that bad? And what's with that tone? What does that even mean? Are you thinking I'm weird, Hideaki? Are you saying that I'm weird? I probably am.
You talk a lot.
I don't. My first instinct is to go on the defensive, but the more I think about it, he has a point. That's right. I do talk a lot. I don't think I used to. I think it's probably because of all the time spent around Shizune and Misha. Talking with them, I get caught up in all their circular logic and just how they do everything. I feel like I'm going to be drowned out or left behind.
My sister can drown you out?
It's not like she's literally talking over me and stuff, obviously. It's hard to explain. They have more energy than I do. It's like an aggressiveness. I don't feel like I have too much, but I want to. I think maybe your sister has the effect on people. Technically, the effect she has on people is not that, rather. She rather has the effect of... let's do something to piss those people off. So far, that's the experience. It doesn't work on Hanako. Hanako is just scared of that. It does work on Lily, though. Yeah. And Lily's sister thought, she was like, I don't care. Her approach is good. Do you look up to your sister? He stares me blankly, tense and confused as to how to react to the question.
How will be better than Shizune?
Better at what?
At everything.
Like what?
I can do magic tricks.
You mean like telling people you got their nose, or more like the kind of magic where you pull a rabbit out of your ass? He doesn't look happy. Someday I'll see Hideaki laugh. I'm gonna try tickling him if I have to. The back door flies open and Jogoro strides out of it, keeping his back straight. I should be doing that more often. Taking giant, slow strides like either a king or a huge jackass. I try to turn away, using the train of logic that if I can't see him, he can't see me. Unfortunately, it doesn't pan out and he comes over so fast, it's like he appeared out of the air over my shoulder. And he's like,
Kid, I want you to teach me sign language.
would be surprising, not gonna lie.
Oi, what's up here? What are you doing, huh? Flailing your hands around, playing cards, cradle like a bunch of girls?
I'm teaching Hideaki some sign language. What about you, Mr. Hakamichi? He narrows his eyes suspiciously, as if he's not used to people being polite to him.
I'm writing an autobiography of my life and times. And by writing, I mean I'm dictating it to my biographer. Unfortunately, she's running late. Unprofessional. Ugh. Perhaps you should read it when it's published later this year. I can put you on the waiting list, maybe to give you the moral compass you seem to lack in your life and inspire you to stop sucking.
Thanks. It can't be sustainable for him to be so casually insulting to everyone, for Hideaki is likely too detached to even notice. Shizune is deaf and most of the insults must fly over Misha's head, but surely Akira must have an opinion on this. We haven't seen the mother for yet. Huh. I try not to think about it. If he's doing this to psych me out, then I had to stay calm, or he wins. He must absolutely definitely not win. This must be how Shizune feels. How old are you, by the way?
46.
You're in good shape. That doesn't seem old enough to justify writing a biography. Me looking at sportsmen, even actually YouTubers writing that much earlier. I mean, that's not even old. Don't most people start writing their memories a lot later than that?
Shut up, boy! I'm going to give you advice to not talk about mothers of age with older people than you. You are less than half my age. You have no right to talk about old. I have an ulcer older than you.
Okay, I actually need to check out what the hell this is. Oh, okay. Okay, so, okay, cool. You should get that checked out. He might have a point for he's definitely older than I am. Doesn't mean, you know.
Either way, even if we're the same age, I wouldn't have to explain myself to you. Sweater vest. Why do you make that noise? Are you mad? Well, obviously. Good, your sweater is terrible, and I want to feel bad about it. The burn tells me it's working.
No, it's not. I like my sweater.
I'm sure like Huffling glue too.
No!
That does make it right.
I don't have glue. Where do you get the impression from? That is slander. I wonder how Hideaki knows what slander is. Maybe Jigoro is a lawyer. I can sort of see that, although I thought only TV lawyers were this antagonistic. I don't know if I should take the chance to ask if that's his job. He's right. It is slander. Are you a lawyer?
I was guessing. I guess based on the fact that you are stupid. It's like, wow, you are assuming I'm a lawyer. Except you have no reason to think that. If you want to know what I do so badly, why don't you pre-order my autobiography? Now you're insulting my book. By extent. Wait, what? Whatever. And by extension, my entire life. What gives you the right to do that? Arrogant. I'm trying to think of how I could make you understand my struggle. Maybe by beating you with my autobiography. I hope you walk away from the building having learned a valuable lesson, like not making assumptions.
Assault.
Assault.
But he made an assumption too. That I have to glue. I'm constantly calling him out on this glaring example of hypocrisy, but I don't think it's worth it. He'll probably explain his way out of it by saying,
"Shut up, boy!"
or something like that.
Back in my day, children were seen and not heard, and to be adult meant having experienced many hardships. Within a glance, oh my god, you are this type of person. Within a glance, people could instantly judge a man's character. Child who exists only to temper you for adulthood.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
Why do you look at me? Can you not see the color of my experiences even at a glance?
Nope. Maybe. Were you a sword fighter? He could also be a Hawaiian and a werewolf. Wait. Didn't you tell me not to make assumptions? Now you just asked me to assume stuff, and you're saying everyone that you were... When you were my age did it, and that had to be in the, like 80s. That wasn't even that long ago. 46, 2014, let's say minus 20, 24, so even earlier. I'm ready to give him a piece of my mind for talking like he had to walk 15 miles in the snow to ride a coal train. Yeah, they all had that story. That he had to shovel coal into himself, yeah. Before climbing up a mountain while fighting ogres to get to school. I mean, in primary school I had to walk to school, yes. Like 1.5 kilometers. And yes, in winter it snowed, but it wasn't that terrible. I had to shovel coal, not gonna lie, in winter as well. So it doesn't lie outside. It's a normal thing, actually, if you live on the outskirts. At the time I did. I would totally like to do that still. I did not climb mountains though, and fight ogres. Anyway, but now that I finally want to fight, Jigor is happy to have a good thing going, just continuing to ramble about how difficult it was growing up 1 generation ago. Towering his sword like a button and stopping occasionally to yawn or check the time. I wouldn't say it's possible to compare really. Maybe a bit, but with each generation, I mean, I would say growing up for each generation is different basically, right? The tardiness of his autobiographer is still foremost in his mind. That means the whole time he's been insulting me, he must have been doing it just to pass time. To add insult to insult, his watch is also really nice. I feel like I kind of lived through the schools. I would say like, for Poland at least, kind of like a mixed generation. Like, from the past point of... Like, I experienced what my parents experienced, basically, more or less. So, you know, in the primary school, having to do everything on your own, really. I think at the end of it, maybe 5th or 6th grade, so the last 2 years, I got the access to the internet from home, so... You know, there was that step up into the next generation, sorta. But, yeah. I know how it is. to work on everything without the access to it. And it was a pain. Anyway. Okay, the tardiness of his autobiographer is still foremost in his mind. That means the whole time he's been insulting me. He must have been doing it just to pass the time. To add insult to insult, his watch is also really nice. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I mean, I like watches, to be fair. So.
When I was your age, kids had responsibilities. Not like today. Sickening. No one thinks about the consequence of their actions anymore. They just do whatever they want, thinking no one will hold them accountable since they are young.
I mean, I would say that depends on parents. It's odd. The description could fit Shizune and Misha. I thought something similar only yesterday, but it only fits them slightly.
Look at yourself, and
I think it... Oh, okay. It jumps weirdly, so the text when I click, so yeah.
An overall directionless, delinquent, glue huffer with a complete lack of etiquette and absolutely no fashion sense. You are tomorrow's Japan. Disgraceful. Is it the future of this once great country?
Dude, you seem to be stuck up in the past. I know someone you would get along well with, man.
Don't interrupt. Who? One friend. Well, I don't want to talk to some awful teenager. Have you even been listening? Why are you so rude, boy? Your attitude is not one that will make you a lot of friends.
I wish you would stop giving me so much advice. Or at least I wish he would give me advice that he would have the decency to adhere to himself.
Where have you been?
Huh?
Not you, you idiot.
Whoops. I did not see there. Shizune smiles and gives a short wave. Her rival made Jigoro stop talking, so I'm really happy to see her for that reason alone. Bisha and I decided to go into town again. And so I noticed you were looking at some clothes yesterday in the store window, and I thought I'd go back and buy some of them for you. It was supposed to be a surprise. She looks annoyed that the surprise is ruined, even though she ruined herself. Here you go. See the double jump. I think my mouse is getting old. Which is kinda crazy, you know. I feel like they make worse mouses, worse mice. Whoops, mouses almost. Misha wanted to cut her hair. I told her not to, but she said it was too hot for the summer. What? Yeah, I don't know. That makes a lot of sense to me. It must be like an oven under there. I want to see it. Where's Misha anyway? Over here! Hi-chan! Hi, Mr. Shichan's father! Hi, Hideki! I don't know. It's like it's not her. Misha runs around us once in a while circle before stopping next to Shizune. For the first time, she hasn't put her hands over my eyes, although now I see she has bags of her own to carry. So it's like not like she could have even if she wanted to. Although I'm positive she's tried before. Sorry. Her meticulously styled curls are gone now, in favor of a much shorter and sportier look. Misha looks even happier than usual, probably because she knows she won't have to wake up at the crack of dawn every morning just to do her hair. I mean that's one thing, yeah. I mean longer hair needs more maintenance, right?
What is that haircut? You look like an intern! Your old haircut merely made you look like you were wearing a packed jazz wig. Just to intern is a huge demotion.
Hisao, if you say something insulting, tell him not to insult my friends.
Don't insult my friends. Which one of you is talking?
Both of us, I agree with her. What do you think, Hit-chan? You should have kept it like it was. I mean... certainly the longer hair were better. And I don't know. This is a huge change, basically, so, you know, I need to get used to it first. No! Hichan, you look disappointed. You don't like it either. Well, yeah, I'll admit I kind of like your old hair more, but I think this one is nice too. It suits you. Oh, thanks, Hichan.
Touching. If you like so much, maybe you two should trade.
You can't trade a haircut.
What a shame. Even her old haircut would suit you so much more than your current slacker haircut. Awful as for you. Actually, this is much less garish than your other haircut. I like it.
Really? Thanks, Mr. Shizune's dad.
It's Mr. Hakamechi. Talk like a normal person.
Person. Okay. Call Mr. Hakamechi.
It's like speaking to Slide Whistle. Calm, temple. Where's my biographer? Hidaki!
He starts quietly muttering to himself and walks off. I guess a wannabe cranky old man like Jigoro would at the very least be hesitant to yell at girls. Suddenly he doubles back, unable to resist his urge to have the last word.
Another thing, you do not have to be so loud. You do not like being shouted at.
What? Shouting? I'm not shouting! I can't think of anyone more unqualified to talk about what's garish or to chastise someone else on shouting people. It's like a parade of hypocrisies and the hits just keep coming. An unusual reaction seems to be taking place. Misha apparently finds Jigoro funny and laughs pretty much every time he says something, which only makes him berate her harder. I guess this is what they call a vicious circle. Misha's voice is punctuated with explosions of laughter and seems to come from everywhere. On the other hand, Jigoro is booming and directed like a cannon. In any case, they are both unbelievably loud. And they want to run away. The more they talk to each other, the more they seem to play off each other's volume and get louder. Oh, my ears hurt!
Why are you shouting?
Shizune's hands wrap around my eyes from behind, something I'm so used to Misha doing that for first time I find myself confused by it since Misha is in front of me. She lets go and holds a finger up to her lips. What a perfect distraction. Now's an opportunity. Let's sneak off. Why do we have to sneak off? Why not just walk off? It wouldn't be as fun. It's the same thing basically here. Oh, the creepy expression! It's decided. It's a secret mission. Escape without being detected. Extract Hideaki for bonus points. Already, she has simplified the situation into a game. Shizune quietly slides away from the scene and begins edging towards the house. I walk towards it normally. Did we get the bonus points for? I can't find Shizune at first, but eventually she walks into the main part of the house, sipping a glass of ice water and dangling her glasses back and forth from her free hand. Please don't make the sound with that ice in the glass. That's something I can't stand when someone does it, actually. She whips them on as soon as she sees me. You know, look at this glass of water with ice. Boom, 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 boom. It's annoying. I don't like when someone does that. You didn't rescue Hideaki. That means you don't get that bonus points. If you're also being graded on style, I'd have to protect points for a boring escape. It looked like you wanted to talk to me. I know I had to be stylish about it. You know, some say that the most stylish people are the ones that don't try too hard to look cool. You're really cool. Yeah, sure. That expression tells me she really means it. I wonder how it is that I can pick up on her sarcasm so easily, and how hard it might have been for her to learn the concept of sarcasm without being able to hear. I can't imagine it. You seem like you're in a good mood. Although I guess it is a good mood. It's more that she seems very excited. I'm in a bad mood. Ugh. Setting her drink down, Shizune sits down on the couch. I like her regular hairstyle so much more. It looked so pretty. It was refined and meticulous. Now she looks too sporty and tomboyish. What's the saying? Oh my god. Okay.
I remember a part of it.
The saying. The pot calling the kettle back. Exactly. The pot calling the kettle black. Not back, black. The pot calling the kettle black. That's what she just did. I wouldn't call Misha refined and meticulous. That sounds more like you. You should give it a chance, grow your hair out, and make it look like this. It wouldn't suit her. Actually, maybe this just suits you fine, though. Yeah. She rubs the frame of her glasses roughly, looking annoyed at the implications behind what I just signed to her. That's fine because I was totally implying that. She moves a little closer to me when I take a seat. I'm a tomboy. Well, no one would call you that based on appearances. Shizune glares at me, unamused. I have to fight to keep a straight face. Maybe you two should trade haircuts anyway. You sound like my father! It's true. Shizune giggles noiselessly when she sees my displeasure at the realization. Jumps to her feet, she twirls an invisible sword in her left hand while standing up, militantly straight and grimacing. A terrifyingly accurate impression. Anyway, I don't take advice from anyone who wears a blue sweater with brown pants. Where's your sense of color coordination? Dreadful. Never have I had brown pants in my life, and I don't plan to. But changing my haircut, that might be fun, wouldn't it be? I want to see how everyone would react. You must really like playing with people. Sometimes I think a little too much. No answer. The way she fiddles with her glasses. Brofer tells me that it's because she can't. It's fun. I mean, kind of. Now that I think about it, I do that myself. But it's more like tricking people, if anything. There with more confidence, and while pulling herself closer to me. No, not that expression, not that expression. It's fun to drag more and more people into my life. Oh, I see. I wonder if I'm included in that number. I want to ask, but I'm not even sure how I would. Shizune wags a finger preemptively, indicating that she won't be answering such a question away. She reaches for glasses, but doesn't seem to realize how far she's managed to inch away from it all this time. To prevent herself from tipping over clumsily, Shizune tries to grab onto me, and ends up pulling me on top of her. Nani? As I lean over her, I can feel the heat coming off her body and realize how close we are. I can hear her soft breathing and a slight rustling of her clothes as she momentarily fidgets about. A blush starts to creep in her cheeks, but her eyes stare straight into mine, dark and unblinking. You know what's actually surprising about this game? Hisao has a face! I mean, given how many VNs I played, there weren't many where the MC had a face. Like the one that comes to mind, I mean, obviously Chushingura, Sunrider, and I kind of don't remember anymore being on that particular list. Oh, Ace Academy, yes, Ace Academy had the face, if I remember correctly. Yes, it had. I bless my screenshot folder. but just 176 games, so... Screenshotted. Cosplay Fetish Academy? I don't remember. Was there a face there? There was. Okay, so that's another one. Diezira. Oh, Diezira, yes. Diezira definitely had a face for Ren. Everlasting Summer? Okay, that one I don't remember if there was. That was a good game, by the way. That was a really good game. No, it was the hidden under the hair kind of character. I mean, technically Nekopara was showing the face, I believe. But let's face it, the MC there. I mean, even if it wasn't shown very much in the game, it is shown in anime. And so, okay, whatever. I have not read those lines, right? It's the same look from the first time I saw her, piercing and devoid of any clear emotions. Just waiting to see what will happen next. Like the eyes of a cat. It makes me feel uncomfortable being looked at in such a way. This is the first time I've been so close to her for an extended period of time, and the mood is different now. The situation now isn't the same as passing touching of hands, or her and Misha's usual games. Let's see what he will do. Will he get the approach his head while asking her to get into relationship? Or will he not do anything? Find out in the next 5 minutes, maybe. Shizune's fingers move together tentatively, but she makes no move to sign. The look in her eyes isn't just nothing, like I thought. It's more like expectation. Ooh. I wonder if maybe I've been following the string of her expectations this entire time. I feel her grabbing me by the shoulders and then gently but firmly pushing me off of her. I roll sideways on the soft couch and pull myself to the sitting position less than a foot from her. The way I feel, she might as well have thrown me 10 yards. When I think about it, this is perhaps one of the biggest drawbacks to sign language. Shizune said that the fact that you have to sign your words out with your hands means you have time to reflect on what you say before you say it. That's true. But on the other hand, it also means that technically, even when you speak, you can think what you want to speak of, right? You can just try to take your time while speaking. And of course, this means that you will speak a bit slower. But it is a well thought, maybe not well, but it's a bit a thought is put into it. Sort of. I should try doing that more often. But on the other hand, it also means that what would normally just be awkward silence becomes an insurmountable wall. I just blurt out anything to try and dispel the tension. I'm feeling right now if I could, but I can't. Ordinarily, I think that what would be normal would be to apologize and maybe leave, but right now I wonder if that is even applicable. I can't get past how guilt such an action would seem. Like I were just slinking away. Of course, it's not like I can just play it off like nothing happened either. That would just be insulting to both of us. So as much as I don't want to apologize quickly, I forget to sign. Then I go back to my room. Really? 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 Sighing, I let myself fall backwards into bed. I wish I could just go to sleep right now, but I feel wide awake. Oh? I sit up when I hear the door closing and open my eyes to see Shizune sitting in the chair in front of me. She asks a question that goes right over my head due to my surprise. It's not a feeling I'm good at concealing, and I don't think it's what she intended. Whatever she was saying, she backs off and doesn't attempt to sign again for a while. But what did she ask? This is the first time I've been in your room. That's not true. Shizune then her fingers puts on an exaggerated attempt to make herself look embarrassed and modest at the thought. I can't appreciate the joke, just the fact that she's here has me feeling a bit scattered. Very funny. It isn't my room. It's your guest room. Besides, you and Misha barged into my room once before. It seems as she expects me to say more. I remember feeling very panicked when they burst into my room, afraid what conclusion they would jump to seeing the wall of pills lining the place. I don't think that Shizune remembers though. I'm sure she does. It made you nervous. The way she says it so factually stings me. Well, a lot of things make me nervous. You're one of them. Huh? Because you're overeager to always get people involved in whatever you're doing, whether it's joining the student council or even take a break, whether they want to or not. She doesn't know what to respond, right? She signs almost at a crawl, her hands pausing mid-sentence far too much, causing the words to dissipate for months before I can even begin to try to understand them. I try not to let on that this is the case. It seems to work, but she looks a little sad, and I regret that I have nothing to say to snap her from the strangely wistful and distant expression she's wearing. All I can do is wait for her to come out of it. You are right. I want to drag everyone into my life, but lately I'm no longer sure if it's the right thing to do. Wait. Could it be that she's actually changing? That would be nice. Yes, we need that. Could it be that in the end she won't take the last place? Ooh, that would be interesting. We'll find out in who knows how many episodes. I enjoyed you taking me to your favorite restaurant the other night. Wait, what? When? When did you do that? It's not like that was my favorite one. I have others I like. I might even be able to rank them by number. Really? This chair is so hard. I want to sit on bed. Motioning to her to go ahead. I wait for her to get off the chair and take her place when she does. If I didn't intend for it to be, she finds the music. Close your eyes. Why? It's a surprise. I'm going to stop you. I decide to comfort her and close them. I can feel her leaning over me, and suddenly something soft and moist touches my lips. My body tenses up in surprise. Fortunately, not as awkward a reaction as I could have made. It was just a quick peck, and I almost think that's the end of it. But then she kissed me again, more deeply this time. Her hands slide to my shoulders, up to my neck, and then back down again, then across my shoulders, down my arms. I can feel the weight of her body on my legs, and the eroticism of this situation isn't lost on me. At this point, I'm ready to try and open it just a crack, but as if expecting it, she puts her fingers on my eyelids. Seconds later, something ties my hands together at the wrist, and I panic, not knowing what to make of this. My first thought is that to ask Shizune what she's thinking, even though she can't hear me. I'm sure she gets the gist of it. She won't let go of my hands, tracing her fingers over them, from the lines of my palms over my knuckles and to my wrists. What the hell? What's going on there? Hey, what are you doing? What's this? Of course, with my hands tied behind my back, I might as well be gagged. A part of me can't help but think that this is what she intended. As if reading my thoughts, a mischievous expression lights up her face. But her blushing doesn't fade. In fact, it only deepens when our eyes meet. Embrace, she leans deeper into our partial embrace, hiding her face by burying it in my shoulder and neck. Her hair is soft and tickles me, and I let out a laugh knowing that she won't hear me, won't be offended. If he got attacked over that would be so ridiculous. Anyway, let's end the episode here. It ended with a surprise, not gonna lie. I did not expect that. For now, hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Woo!